Riders ready, watch the gate.
Hey, thanks for joining the Dirty Knobs podcast. I'm your host, Hollywood Mike Miranda. And as always, my co-hosts are JV James Vicente and EC Eric Carter. Listen, we're going to have a great one today. And thank you for joining our campfire conversation with my twin brother, Tommy Lee Brackens. So please do me one more favor. Subscribe and comment. We really appreciate it. Thank you. And hang on, here it comes. All right, I just sent to Tommy Lee to come on in.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee Brackens. I don't like, people probably don't know that that's what, close friends call him.
Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. Tommy Lee Brackens.
Tommy Lee is something.
He is an amazing human being.
I know, right?
He's a one of a kind, man.
He is a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Well, he is something.
Let's break it down. Let's see. Listens to the Beatles.
Yes.
Wow.
Yep. Phenomenal high diver.
What?
Oh yeah.
Get the hell out of here.
I mean, crazy flips and whatnot. High dive.
Really?
Can't swim.
So would they throw him a life raft when he gets in the water?
He does the triple Lindy, and then he dog paddles like a mad dog back to the ladder. It's the craziest thing. I mean, just one of those mysteries.
Tommy is the mystery guy. He is, man. Some of the stuff he doesn't know, dude. He doesn't follow that stereotype.
No,
for sure,
by
man.
No means.
No rap music. Not his thing.
And can't dance.
And he can't.
Can't dance. Well, all right, here we go. He's coming in now. We're gonna have to beat him up a little bit about some of this stuff.
Jumping in right now?
Yeah, let's jump in on here. All right,
let's go, Tommy Lee.
Oh, wait, he hung up. He's gone.
Oh, he heard you.
He
knew what was going on, and he was like, these jokers are gonna be all over me. These clowns, dude.
He knows.
He didn't want none. He didn't want none of it right now.
3848. And to all of you YouTube watchers that are watching the podcast, this is Trish Brackens. You're going to want to call her sometime around, I don't know, 2-3 a.m.
That's right.
If call Brackens bail bonds. If you get caught and your innocence is in doubt, reach in your back pocket and whip it out. Oh, this commercial might be cheesy and sound a little hokey, but if you don't call Tommy Lee, you end up in a pokey.
That's right.
Dude, we got a business going here. If you want to be free, call Tommy Lee.
I like that.
He's going to get in so much trouble over that.
That's fantastic. Tommy Lee will set you free.
So he said, hey, send me the info on Trish's cell phone. He goes, hold on, I'll give it to you. I go, oh, no, I already got it. I talked to her late at night after you go to work. Oh, here he is. There he is.
What?
Little jingle.
Tommy Lee's jumping on?
Oh, he is.
Oh, it's Trish Brackens.
Oh.
I wonder if Trish Brackens knows Ethan Cooch.
I know one thing. Trish Brackens is going to get some late night phone calls from the.
That's right.
Look hey, there they are.
There's Trish and Trish.
He's getting it.
There's the two main people at Brackens bail bonds.
Hey, I heard that.
Hey, Trish, that's a fantastic tan you have.
Man, look at those jerseys she won.
Man, what's going on? Look like the only clean ones are me and Eric.
There he is. That's right. Clean it up.
Oh, he just
Tommy
shaved
Lee.
that down.
I did.
Hey, James, how you doing, man?
Hey, Tommy. You look
Long
good,
time no
man.
see.
I know. You looking
Awesome,
good.
awesome. Yeah, I'm just trying to stay healthy. Trying to. Yeah,
man.
Look
What
at
about
E.
me? What about me?
Oh, there he is. What's going on? What's that lead singer of Eagles?
No,
Don't
no.
act like you don't
Okay,
know.
all right. I love you,
Don't-
Mike. You know I love you,
Don't try
Mike.
to be like, don't try to
Yeah,
act all
I love you, Mike.
real from the streets.
I'm just sucking up to you, man.
Tommy's real from the streets.
Yep, literally. Literally.
Man,
You know,
let me just say we start by saying that when I moved out of my parents' house,
oh,
the day I moved out of my parents' house was the day that Tommy Lee moved out of his parents' house.
dude, that was awesome.
Yeah. And when I went to we went and got my stuff, which was, we could fit in the back of the glove compartment. we literally picked up some furniture off the road as we were
No,
going.
you did. You took that white vinyl couch.
I found this old white vinyl couch.
Yeah,
It
dude.
was
and
literally
people-
laying on the side of the street. We picked it up and took it. I go, oh yeah, I got a couch.
Oh my
People-
God.
Hey, James, did you sleep on that couch?
I think I didn't know this story, but
No.
yeah, I did sleep on that couch.
A lot of BMXers slept on that couch. And if you slept there in the summer, man,
Oh,
Oh.
they stick. Oh my, you'd be sticking to that couch, dude. I mean, he's like Velcro.
Do you remember the time Mike Ward crashed at Parks and he tore off the side of his head? Literally, like tore off the side of his head.
Wow.
I don't remember that. I remember
Oh.
Dean crashing into a dude when we was riding either to Disneyland or to
Oh yeah,
Centennial.
yeah.
We always call it the Dean. Mike, do a Dean. Look on, crash someone.
Dean was riding and it was Southern California in the summer, so there was some girls that were walking on the side and he did this job
Boom,
right
hit the-
into a parked car.
Oh my gosh.
So he slept on the couch for a couple days with a concussion. But Mike Ward, who was a Southern California racer, he was on RRS in the beginning from
Fast
the very
kid.
beginning. Fast kid.
I
And
had to
he was-
race him.
Yeah, and
Yeah, he was
super tall.
Yep.
He fell at Parks riding with us and he tore off the side of his head, literally like big chunk of hair, skin, and scalp. Right. So
Yeah,
he was,
I vaguely remember that. Yeah, because we rushed him
And-
back to the house. Yeah.
yeah, we rushed him back to the house. Said, no. He goes, I gotta go to the hospital. No. You're fine.
We take care of you.
Yeah. You don't need that. Go to the shower. Put him in the shower. Then we laid him on the couch. And we said, do I need a pillow? And both Tommy and I were like, no, you're not using my pillow. Bleeding all over my pillow. So we just,
You'll be okay. You'll be all right.
and then Tommy, we went somewhere because he told me the story not long ago. You and I went somewhere.
We
I think
went-
you had a date.
Me a date? Yeah, right.
You did with somebody else's girlfriend. We'll
Nah,
cover that later.
wasn't-
No,
that-
we'll cover that
Don't be
later.
lying to that. Don't be
Oh,
lying.
I'm just gonna say,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's my
I'm
job.
gonna
to
tell-
make sure.
I tell you what, there's a little pattern here because the first time, Tommy, that I met you, I did sleep on that couch. I can't remember.
I remember you sleeping on the couch. I do remember that.
San Diego. There was a race in San Diego or something, and I came early.
Yeah, you spent a couple
You
of days-
guys put me on the couch, and then
Mike
you
put
both took off.
Yep.
You'll
That
be
hap- JV,
okay.
that
You'll be
happened a
okay.
lot.
We're
Yeah, you'll be
gonna
all
we're gonna
right.
go out.
Yep.
I do remember James coming by, and you hung with us for a while, man. I mean,
Yeah.
I thought your parents like kicked you out of the house or something. Man.
It was only the
you
weekend.
and Ward, you and Mike Ward,
Yeah, no.
and Mike
Little-
Miller every now and then come by.
And Mike Miller, the track announcer over at Ukaipa now, he's a great guy, great old friend, and he
Yeah,
he stayed with our house a lot of times too. Man, we
A
would
lot
let
of people-
anybody, anytime. It was
Yeah.
always open.
Well,
Come on down.
Eric never stayed with us. I think Mama Carter didn't want her to.
No, that was
She knew.
Yeah.
She was
Yeah.
trying to keep me from getting corrupted.
Yeah, she's like,
It failed.
Yeah,
It completely failed.
Yeah, it did big time. Big time. Oh
Yep,
my God.
we broke the force field on that one.
That's
Oh
right.
my gosh.
Yeah, I just
Oh.
remember. I remember Mike Ward that we went out that night. We came back and he was asleep, and we're like, I think he's got a concussion. Should we wake him? We're like,
No.
he's all right. He's all right.
That's some
And then
crazy stuff.
And I remember he woke up in the morning and he told the story because I woke up in the morning when I went to get up, my head was stuck from the blood to the white vinyl armrest. And he goes, all he could do was just.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I remembered that armrest was never completely white again.
No, I mean, that thing had bugs crawling out of us from underneath when Mike picked that thing. Oh, my
yeah.
God. Geez. Oh, hey, let me tell you guys, and James, Eric,
Yes.
this when we moved in, all right, get this. We moved into the apartment. Magoo and Mike, what's his name?
McLaughlin.
McLaughlin
Yeah.
was living
So-
underneath of us.
Hold on. You got to tell.
And-
Hold on. You got to tell that Mike McLaughlin. So Tommy and I signed up
Signed the contract.
to ride for Torker, and Tommy lived in the heart of it. South
South
Side.
Central.
It was. Have you ever seen Training Day? That was Tommy's neighborhood. I'm not lying.
Seriously.
And when I went to go pick, like I told you, we got my stuff and the couch and put it in the apartment. Then we went to Tommy's house, and man, I was a speck of salt in a pepper shaker. I mean,
Dude,
it was
you was like cat crap in the litter box. Dude.
man, I stood right out, man. It was
Oh,
crazy. So anyway, we loaded the stuff in your El Camino. That was
Yeah.
our moving truck.
Yeah.
What year was that hot rod?
It's a 71,
That's
500
71.
horsepower, 500 horsepower small block with nitrous.
That was our moving vehicle.
I love it.
Yeah, with a white scoop in the front of it.
Yep. Oh man, that was
But-
that. So we moved into this apartment, and our Torker team manager, Mike McLaughlin, he lived in the apartment below us with his roommate, Harold Magoo, who ran Max, our main co-sponsor. So that was the living arrangement.
That was pretty wild. And the deal was, I get a TV, right? And Mike would get a subscription from the video store if we could get videos and stuff, right? So I got a VCR. Mike said that he was going to get the videos and everything. I said,
I'm in
"Great,
charge of the
perfect."
video rentals. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So he goes down to, I don't know what mall, it's a mall, a shopping center or something like that. I don't know what it was, but Mike went in, and I still to this day have the VHS tape of the Ruddles,
Yeah.
right?
From
Mike
movies
picked
that
up-
rented all those years ago. I just never
And-
returned them.
It was the Ruddles, what was that? Caddyshack,
Yep.
and you had one more.
Yeah.
The three of them you brought home and you never returned them.
Yeah. It's just
He
never, went back.
returned.
Oh, these
It
are
never
pretty
went
good.
back. No, he never returned them.
Oh my God.
And that's the way we operated. I mean, I recall we went riding someplace and we ate at a little pizza place, and Mike and I saw stuffing spoons, knives, and forks down the pants.
Yeah. We had no silverware. That's how we got our silverware.
Yeah, we had, we kind of like borrowed them from, Pizza Hut or something like that,
That's right. Still planning to return them.
Yeah. Borrowed. Good word.
Not stolen. Still
Yeah,
borrowing.
yeah. Still, oh my God.
Oh,
You just
man.
had so many crazy. I'm telling you right now, we could write a book. Eric, I wish you was there, dude. I wish you were there.
Dude.
I mean, you'd be corrupted. I mean,
I-
you got corrupted later.
I got corrupted later by you guys. That was the
Yeah.
thing.
We
That was-
refined it. We refined our study.
Oh my God.
Dude, the
Mike had
first night. The first night. So
Oh.
Tommy, we go into our apartment. I have a room. Tommy has a room. So we're.
Well, I
and we're
hope
there-
so, Mike.
Yeah,
I
we're-
hope so. Okay.
It wasn't that kind of arrangement. And we got and I went in my room. I just threw everything on the ground. Just pushed.
Oh,
No,
God.
my bed was just a mattress on
It
the
was,
ground.
it was on the ground. I remember
It
that.
was-
It was a
yeah.
mattress on the ground.
Yeah, and
And mind you, Eric, get this. He had $300, $400, $500 sweaters and pants just on the floor.
Laying on the ground. Yep.
Laying up. Yeah,
corner.
that's it. Just
No,
On the
that's
floor.
the
He didn't hang
clean.
'em.
That's the clean pile, and that's the dirty pile.
That's right.
He just threw them on the floor.
That's right.
And I'm never gonna forget this when John Carr come by to do a photo shoot with us. And he asked me, which room is Mike's room? So I said, Mike's room's over there. Now Mike is still sleeping, right? So John comes in and I pointed to the room over there. So he went in. He said, Mike's not in there. I said, no, he's in there. He's under all the clothes. He's under all the clothes. You know, the sweaters and crap. He's in there. So John took a picture of his room when Mike was in there.
Yeah, you can't
you
see
can
me
hear
in the
him.
photo. I was
Exactly. You cannot see him, but you can hear him. You can't see him. He took a picture of that.
Who
And to
needs a
this day, I
blanket?
still ask,
No,
to
it
this
was
day,
a
I still ask John, does he have that photo? I want that photo.
Yes,
He's, oh, I can't find it. I know you could find it because you took it.
that's right.
I just tell you this: that first night we got in, and Tommy went in his room, and I don't know what he was doing. He was getting himself all sorted out, whatever. And I just threw my stuff in. I laid down. I went to sleep. And man, we got in that room. The next morning, I walked into his room, and everything was perfect. I mean, it's like he'd been living there 10 years. Everything's on the counter was all his, stuff all lined up just perfect. And I looked at him, and he's sound asleep in bed. But
Oh, here we go.
I love telling the story. He is straight. I mean, just dead straight with his arms like this, crossed on his chest, and
Like I'm dead.
and the covers tucked in all the way around him, and the covers tucked into the side of the bed, like he just got in by the pillow and snuggled down and got in there, and he's sound asleep. And I was like, "Is this real?" And I just walked up close to him. And you got to see this. I walked up close to him, and he just opened his eyes. I remember like screaming a little bit and jumping back, and he goes, what do you want?" I was like, wow.
Having flashbacks.
I'd never seen anything.
Someone's creeping up on me, man. Like, good God,
Man, I mean,
Mike.
the beautiful thing is there's two people that have seen the best and the worst of me in all positions, and that is my wife and my twin brother Tommy Lee. And now for the rest of my life, I've been trying to keep them separated.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because Eric, when we were at your house, when may you rest in peace, at your dad's funeral.
Yeah.
And we came to your house. So here we are in the patio. And I don't know if you were sitting with us or not, but we all kind of gathered, Russ LeBaron and all of us sitting down around this table. And I made sure to go sit next to my buddy Mike and his wife Sierra. And I looked at Sierra, I said, Sierra, I got so many things to tell you about Mike. And Mike's like, no, I got to keep you guys separated. I don't want you to say anything.
No.
Tommy, keep your mouth shut, Tommy. I said, no. I said, Sierra, you have to know about Mike. She said, well, can you just tell me what's going on? And I said, no, it's good, but I know your husband. And he's not right in some areas.
He's not right in some areas.
And from that point on, Mike keep me separated from her.
Man.
When I want to talk to her, she's like, he has to be there.
That's right.
Yeah. So I can say, no, don't tell her that one.
Yeah.
No.
Or give him the look. He's giving the look.
Oh,
No, that ain't enough. Tommy
side-eye
can't
look.
slow Tommy down with a look.
and
Can't
get
slow
this.
Tommy down.
And Eric knows about this. Yeah, you probably knows about the rental car deals. We used to have driving around in the rental cars like go-karts, right? And I think Eric was there. We was in Holland?
I wasn't in Holland.
You
Yeah,
wasn't in Holland? Okay. I
Nope.
thought you was in Holland. But dude, it was back in '84. Oh God, '84.
I
We
was
was on
still
the
slow at
Autobahn.
that time, Tommy.
Oh yeah, right. My eye. Dude, and I'm gonna come back with Eric about I used to watch Eric race, when I was on the gate and all this stuff, trying to figure out what lines it takes, man. But anyway,
Me too.
yeah, I said, hey, man, we all learn from Eric. But anyway, we're in Europe. We get on the Autobahn in this big old motorhome. Craig Barker with us, right? Oh,
Yeah,
before then,
It was Craig Bark.
So-
That's right.
okay, let me back up even further than that. Here we are on the bus going to Hartwig's bike shop, right?
He was the distributor for Torker
Torker.
in Europe. in Frankfurt, Germany.
And oh boy, man, we would go to the shop, a bunch of people at the bike shop. And the bike shop was downstairs and he had a loft.
He had
Upstairs.
he had an apartment
upstairs.
above it that he didn't live in, but he had it as part of the factory. It was like,
Yeah, but we was up there, right? And so
he was putting us up there. That was our accommodation.
yeah,
Yes.
by ourselves, right?
No supervisions. Tommy,
None.
myself, and Craig
And
Bark,
Craig Bark.
who was 13 or at the time, and
14, something.
Yeah.
he was shaving every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, he was 14 and shaving every single day.
Get this. So here we are on top of this rooftop, and we see all these people downstairs. You know, they looking up at us, screaming, yelling like the Beatles, screaming, yelling. So Mike went back and grabbed his shaving cream, right?
Well, no,
can of
hold on.
shaving cream.
Hold on.
First I started throwing stickers out. Threw out stickers.
So you could get all of them really close to each
That's
other.
And they were, because they'd found out we were there, and they were frenzying down there. So I threw a bunch of stickers, and then I went over and I started throwing T-shirts out. They were Craig Bark's T-shirts. I was throwing his T-shirts out the window. I go, hold on, Tommy, hold on. I left, and then you go,
Shaving
Tommy. Then you go, Tommy.
And Mike had a can of shaving cream. He's shaking it up. And he looked down, and people with their arms up, Mike just stepped like a half foot back and squirt shaving cream over the air. The people down there, shaving cream all the air. You know, like, oh my God, Mike, that was crazy, dude. What the hell are you doing?
Oh.
Yeah, he didn't care. Mike didn't care.
That was
hilarious.
That's where I realized that, I know Germans are famous for designing things. But I realized, man, some things their design of the toilet is wrong. The
Holland, the
design,
trip to Holland, you know, Craig.
the toilet in Germany, it
Oh my
has,
God.
you know how toilets in America, it all goes down from the bowl, it goes a straight funnel down to the hole. Well, in Germany, it has a shelf in the front and then goes to the back.
Oh,
and then
yeah.
the hole to the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when
Yeah.
when you do your business, I mean, I guess they eat a lot. They must accidentally swallow their wedding rings or stuff a lot because it's
Dude,
right there on display. So in case you got to fish something out of it,
I can't believe you're saying this. It's so good.
Yeah.
and then when you flush it,
Listen.
when you flush it, a giant wave hits the turd, slams it to the back, and then it drops down the hole.
Yep.
It's a turtle wave. And the first time I got in there, and I had been saving it up for the airport, the trip over the airport to drive, because I've always been a little particular about where and when I like to go. And man, I finally got there. And I did this. It was a fantastic frosty freeze.
Perfect.
Perfect frosty freeze with a little curl at the top.
I'm about a foot tall.
And as soon as I felt it touch me, I knew I had to raise up. And man, and then when I got up, I was like, this is, look at this.
He's proud of it. He was proud of it.
So of course, I didn't flush it. I had to go get Tommy and Craig to show them.
Yes.
Meanwhile, now all the crowd's down in front. They're down the other window. We've been messing around out there for 20, 30 minutes. And all of a sudden, Hartwig comes up and he goes, "Was ist die smell?"
Yes.
I hadn't flushed it yet. "Was ist die smell?"
Oh my God. I think
Out
he
of
tried to
control.
flush it and the water went around it.
Yeah.
That's right. It's permanent. It's permanent. Dude,
Water went around it.
it's crazy. I can't believe you're saying that, man. Because when I started racing mountain bikes, going over to Europe all the time,
Yeah.
we would race, and we always had races in Austria, and so they had the same toilets, and we called it the inspection plate.
Yeah.
So, but the move, like when you stay, we would always stay at these like chateaus in the mountains, right? So there was a chateau and there would be like 12 rooms in it, and we would just take the whole chateau. Well, you don't keep your key with you because the keys in those chateaus, they're like that big. They have these big wood things on them. I mean, they're
So you couldn't steal them. So you could
you don't steal them. So when you're done, you put them at the front desk. Well, the move was always grab somebody else's key, go and shit in their room and leave it in there just before you guys go out for the day. So it sits all day brewing up, man, and they come back into their room and it's just, what does he smell? Yeah, man. No, we would, that was always the move.
The distributor had just bought a new car. He bought
that Porsche. I think
he bought a new Porsche. Yeah. Some turbocharged, whatever. It was a 928
with a V8.
No, it was
28. It was a V8.
The 928S. And so he decides to take Tommy and I for a ride, and we get on the Autobahn, and Tommy's in the passenger seat and I'm in the back, and he's pinning it, man. He's doing like 160 miles an hour, and he's driving 160 miles an hour, and he turns to Tommy. He takes his hand off the steering wheel and turns to Tommy, and I'm not kidding, just like this. In America, you can't drive like this. And as soon as he took his head off the wheel, I'm clutching the back of Tommy's seat. And he's like, yeah, you cannot drive like this in America.
Yeah.
And then he puts his back on the wheel. And then he goes, okay. He pulled over and he switched and he let Tommy go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and
it was pretty wild.
The Human Dragster had no problem. Just
fun.
Yeah,
that was fun.
All the way up to 160, no problem.
Wow.
He let me drive. Then he get my turn, and I got in, and I was like,
freeway speed.
Yeah.
I got up to about 65 where I was comfortable. I was like, oh, that's good. Yeah. This is great. This is great. Whose turn's next? Get me out of this. It's not my man. I was so uncomfortable after those two.
Everyone's driving fast though, right?
Yeah, we was in a motorhome, dude, and we were going like 90 miles an hour in the motorhome.
Yeah, and the thing is you see the lights
Imagine
flashing.
that, James.
Yeah, you see the lights flashing, and Tommy's driving a motorhome 90 miles an hour on a highway, and he would move over, and those AMG Mercedes would
boom. Yeah, it was crazy.
I mean, you think about that, right? They're going 60 miles an hour faster than you. It's like standing on the side of the freeway when cars go past. That's how
exactly
fast.
Right. Yeah.
Like, think about the closing speed on that.
It's like me on a hot day on the last straightaway and Tommy Lee going by me.
That's exactly what it's like.
It's nuts. It is nuts. It is nuts. But we had a ball, dude. I mean, I have so many memories. Even with you, Eric, we went over to Australia.
That's right.
I won't say anything.
Yeah, that's a crazy time too.
That was. I'm not saying anything, Eric.
Did you guys go together?
It was Veltman, Eric, and Sam.
I think it was Sam Arlano.
Oh, Sam.
Yeah.
And we were.
It's like a peace march.
Dude.
We stopped to get something to eat, or something at a burger joint or something like that. And I think Steve said he needed to go use the restroom. He asked Tommy, "Can you hold my camera?" Like, yeah, dude, I hold the camera. He went there as he started taking a dump. So I snuck in there doing this filming him taking the dump.
That was a good trip, dude. That was a really, really good trip. Like, that was crazy.
Eric and Steve was basically like the center of attention. I mean, those guys were superstars over there, man. God,
man, that was wild, dude. We went out one night. Me and Steve went out one night, and it was a big party, and we ended up meeting these girls, and we were drinking and met these girls, and
I didn't want to say anything.
Nah, it's all good. We went and hung out with them. Just hung out with them, and then it was like, all right, we got to go. We left. Well, we'd been drinking. Like, we didn't know where we were. There wasn't Uber. We didn't have phones. We didn't have maps or nothing. Like, we're just,
the guys was hungover.
We're in this neighborhood, man. And I'm like, well, dude, I don't know what to do, man. And so we start walking, right? We're just literally walking down the street and trying to just go find a payphone. We're going to call the people that we know. We had a phone number.
Who's we? Is it
me and Steve? Me and Veltman.
Just the two.
That's
okay.
it.
Yeah.
I was back sleeping at the hotel too.
And so Veltman, he goes, hey man, hold on. I gotta take a piss. So I'm like, all right, man, I'll keep walking. I'm going to go look for the phone, and I'm walking down the street, and I don't know, I was probably like 5 minutes. And I turn around and Steve's gone, dude. He's gone. I have no idea where he's at. So I'm like, well, shit. So I'm walking around this neighborhood trying to find Steve. So I finally walked back to where he stopped to take a piss. Dude, he passed out in the bushes, laid out with his junk out, laying in the
Oh my
ground.
God.
You didn't touch his junk, did you?
No, I turned him over. Come on, Steve, you gotta wake up. You gotta wake up. Piss all over the place. We're like brothers in arms, stumbling, trying to hold each other. I don't remember finding the payphone and calling the family we were staying with, but somehow we made it back.
I remember the next day you guys had to race, something like that. You had to do something the next day, and you said, you came and he said, Tommy, I don't feel so good. I said, yeah, I wonder why, man. Damn, you guys hung out all night drinking. I could smell alcohol on you.
Yeah.
You know, and I said something about your mom. No, don't tell your mom because she would absolutely kill me. You know.
Right?
And by the way, she listens to all these podcasts.
Yes. Yep.
So she's gonna, yeah. I'm getting a phone call from her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure. That same trip was a trip that remember I think Sam and Steve, remember they went out, remember the big waves?
Oh, babe, yeah.
And they went out on that boat, that dinghy boat, and it flipped. They've tried to get us to go out. I was like, you're crazy, dude. I ain't going out there. And the boat flipped in the waves, and the current pulled them out over like in front of these cliffs. Dude, they were in a bad way.
There was a serious trouble.
Really?
Could have seriously drowned. Steve swam in. Sam started to swim in, and he got so scared, he swam over to a guy that was surfing, and he grabbed onto the front of the guy's board and said, "I'm taking your board, man." And they got in an argument, and Sam was like, "No, dude, me and you are going in on this board right now. I'm not going to let go of the board."
Why didn't you go out on the boat, EC?
Because the waves were overhead.
Dude, there was
a rubber dinghy boat, and they were going out through the surf. I was like, "You guys are crazy, dude.
You guys are
I'm not going
nuts
out there."
And I wouldn't get in the water.
That's why I didn't go out.
We were in Australia, and I said, "Well, I'm not getting in the water." They're like, "Why you not get?" Dude, look at me. I look like a seal. Dude, come on.
I look like a seal.
I look like a seal.
Hey,
a
listen,
naked seal. Dude.
I know
way.
why you didn't get in the water because I seen you in action already. I told those guys, I go, man, people don't know things about Tommy Lee. Tommy is a phenomenal diver. Off the high, we jumped the fence at a high school.
Yeah.
When we first, this is like a week after we moved in. We jumped into the local high school pool, and Tommy was doing
fun, dude.
all these crazy dives. You know, triple Lindy.
I cannot.
Lindy.
Yeah, he was doing. I mean, everything.
No, I'm doing pike in the house, one in the house, twos, and that's about it.
Right off the go, man. Bang. And then I said, I was crazy. And I looked over and I saw him swim into the ladder. And I was like, man, he can't swim.
I could swim.
Barely could swim to get to the ladder.
Oh,
but you
my
could dive like nobody's business, man. I was like, wow.
I mean, I didn't know that. I'm amazed at that.
What's that?
The diving piece.
Diving?
Like that's
that was fun, dude. I was when I was in junior high school, I was into gymnastics big time.
See,
and
the things you never know about Tommy Lee.
Yeah, I was into gymnastics, and we was doing all these flips on the ground and everything. And I think it was in junior high school. I was in a class. I was in gymnastic class for a while. And,
you should have one of your leotards up there with.
I was just gonna say you have to wear those tight.
Yeah, did you have that on there?
No tights. No tighty whities for me.
Come on, man.
You know you like those ones.
No, that's Mike. Mike was selling his used ones over to Europe. Yeah, you hear Mike's laughing? Yeah, Mike knows. Calvin Klein after that Holland race, dude. Yep. I'm looking towards like the motorhome that we were in, rent a car, whatever we were. They had the motorhome, and Craig Bark and Mike was selling Van shoes, Levi's, and Mike threw out some Jews, Calvin Klein jockey undies, dude, and he sold them. I mean,
oh my god,
he sold them. I'm like, oh my, that's the first and last time I ever seen someone sell some used underwear.
Somebody somewhere has that pair of underwear still, and that's a prized possession in their collection, man.
And her husband has no idea why she's getting on them.
No.
It was crazy.
I've been commando ever since.
It was absolutely
last
wild.
pair of undies.
Oh my God.
Oh, well, I tell
It
you
was
what,
insane.
the fact that we moved in together, had no experience living outside a home other than the mayhem living in a hotel racing BMX.
Oh, I got to tell Eric and James this too. It's got so many memories. This guy, we living together, and I recall Mike supposed to stay home, right? And I wrote him out, I think the rent check and electric bill or the phone bill, whatever. Left him 2 checks. I went that weekend to race. He stayed. For some reason, I don't know, he was hurt or he didn't want to go or something like that. But I left him, for the weekend to race.
Oh no, it was
Because,
a week, 10 days. It was it was over 2 weekends. You were going to be gone. I remember it.
Yeah. And so I comes back, and it's a note on the door. I was kind of like surprised, a note on the door, and it said, if you don't pay rent at a certain time, they're going to evict us.
And then he
Right,
went
so
to, and then he went to call,
I-
and the phone was
I
off.
went to phone was off. I walked in the kitchen. He had a skillet with some green furry thing growing. He had started to make dinner, just left it there. He went back to Riverside for, I don't know how long he went out there. He didn't show up. He didn't come home.
Yeah. You went racing for 2 weeks, and I it took about 2 hours, and I was lonely.
Yeah.
So I
He
went
just left
somewhere else. I just left.
and never came back. Yeah, he didn't come
And
back.
so I came back after he came back. But I
was
started
pissed
cooking dinner.
off.
I started cooking dinner for somebody, and I just left it. It was macaroni and cheese and a steak and all kinds of stuff laying out, just laid right there.
This lady right just left.
Oh my.
And that stuff probably was there for, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 days.
Honestly, it was longer.
Yeah,
was
it just sit there. I'm like, what the crap?
And
Damn, right?
Tommy, even though he always is super clean about everything, he refused to clean it up. He took
Oh.
that pot that had a green wig coming out of it like this,
The whole thing
like a
went.
green fern, and he put it in the refrigerator, and he wanted to make sure I saw it. What a bad job I did.
Oh my
Oh, I
God.
love it.
Oh, it was horrible. And
Well, I got to
it's
tell
another-
one story about this. So we did move in together. It was a great experience in the fact that, we are oil and water. We're totally different in every single way possible. We're different. We're the
odd
opposites.
couple.
Yep.
Are the
Odd
odd
couple.
couple.
We were the absolutely odd couple. And one of the things that we were really different on, and I think is, and I don't mean to tell any tales out of this is not a bad thing at all.
Yeah, it is.
I was not as fast as I could have been. And Tommy did not
oh
jump.
my God.
Tommy did not jump as good as I thought he could. Just laying it out there.
Yeah.
And
That's the truth.
we lived right down the road from Parks, this riding area. And we said when we first moved in, and this is like the second day, we said, okay, you teach me to go faster, and I'll teach you how to jump.
Yep.
And we rode together every day. Every
Yep.
day we rode together. And we would ride all day long and jump, and I'd help Tommy jump, and we'd talk about, where your body's positioned and how to put your pedals, and you can get
Yep.
one more crank in, or what, all this stuff. And we would jump, and Tommy got good. And then after we rode all day, we'd ride for 4, 5, 6 hours straight. And then Tommy would say, okay, now I'm going to teach you to go faster. I go, no, man, I'm done. We've already ridden all day. And he goes, no. Now,
Yeah.
now is when you do your sprints. You only do sprints when you're tired. I mean, and you think about that. Everyone's a good sprinter when you're fresh.
Yep.
It's when you're tired is when you got to be a good sprinter.
Second
You have
half
to-
of the race.
And
Second
so
half of
we
the race.
would do these. Our apartments had this huge. They were on a hill,
Hill,
and then you went
yeah.
the driveway. And it was another steep hill, and
Cinnamon Ridge.
Tommy would make me do sprints uphill after
Up the
riding
hill.
4 or 5 days.
Oh,
And
man.
record shows, man. 1984 was my best year. Then
Yeah,
with Tommy,
84.
I got
Yeah, you won the
super
2 biggest
fast, and
races
then,
that year.
Then
The Murray World Cup.
well, I don't
and
know
you
about
won-
that. I whatever. Yeah. So anyway, I got better, but then Tommy got the following after that. Tommy wiped everybody out. Look at those jerseys behind him. I mean, world champion. You got #1. He was crushing everybody. You dominated, Tommy. I won a couple of races.
was-
You dominated.
No, it was pretty good for a little while. I mean, I took
Yeah.
advantage of it. I mean, but hey, I can tell you a story right now. I know for a fact that I remember watching. I don't know what race was that. I was riding for GT. I think Eric was riding for free agent.
It was
Yeah,
85.
he
I was
riding
on
for
free agent. 86, I was on Hutch.
Hutch. That's right. And I remember watching Eric because I having problems in one corner, and I'm watching Eric, I'm watching Eric, and watching Eric. I was like, damn, I think it was, I can't recall what race, I don't know if it was Springfield or whatever, but I'm watching Eric, and I'm like, how the hell does this dude go through this corner so fast? Because he was going through the corners faster than the pros were. And I'm watching this dude, so I'm like, well, I'm watching Eric in the wrong spot. I need to watch him coming to the turn. Right. And I was like, oh, I see. And I'm watching his finger, right? So what Eric was doing, Eric was grabbing his brake, but he wasn't grabbing it all the way. He just touched it, just enough, just to touch it. Then he takes his finger off. And I'm like, damn, he's keeping his momentum going. And I'm watching other guys holding their fingers constantly on the brake lever, but subconsciously, they're actually slowing down.
Yeah, because they're dragging all the way.
They're dragging all the way, exactly. And I'm like, holy crap. And I started doing that crap, and that helped me out. I don't know how many races they helped me out at. And I tell people to this day, I said, you need to watch the younger guys, how they're going through corners, as well as the bigger guys, because you can learn so much from the younger guy. And I learned so much from that day forward. Every single national, I watch Eric.
Yeah, man.
Always watch.
It's amazing.
Hey, Tommy, it's funny you say that about watching the younger kids, because a lot of the racers, especially the top racers, would, you go get done with your moto and you'd go back to your pit, you go sit in your pit and hang out and bullshit and all that stuff.
We weren't.
Dude, I spent a lot of time. My dad taught me to watch as many races as you could. And I would watch novices, intermediates. I would watch all the classes, man. Because you learn, sometimes those intermediate guys would hit stuff and they would do it on accident. And all of a sudden they have this exit speed and you'd be like, wow, there's a total line there that nobody saw. And I would like take mental notes and I'd file that stuff in my back pocket. Sometimes I'd never have to use it for a whole weekend, but sometimes I'd save it to the, to the main event. Third turn or last turn. It's like, well, I saw this guy do this in this class. I'm going to give it a shot. And, so
it worked out for you.
Yeah,
obviously it did.
Yeah.
All the
lots
titles you won.
Lots of observation, man. Lots of observation. And never feeling like you know it all and you have it all figured out, right? There's always something to learn from so many people, man. And so my dad taught me that. My dad taught me to always be observing all of the classes. There's so much to gather, so much info to gather.
I gather so much information. Your dad, he used to tease me all the time, like, Tommy, you got sore knees yet? Oh, your knees are sore, like, oh, not yet. You're not riding hard enough, your knees are not sore. I'm like, yeah, I'm riding hard enough, his knees not sore yet, But he's, John used to come and tell me that, hey, with so-and-so, especially used to tell me about Ronnie before Ronnie started riding for Hutch. He said, well, Ronnie's not doing this here. I think you ought to try this. I said, you sure? He said, yeah, go try it. Just try it. So I'll go out there and try different things. And he said, yeah, you about, a little bit quicker than Ronnie in that corner now, And sure enough, like, holy crap, I recall, I think it was in, I can't recall what, I think it was in Arizona, Chandler, I think it was. And I was racing Ellis. I think Ellis and I was in the pro main or pro open main or something like that. And he said, well, I seen Gary cranking over this, coming out of the first corner, he's cranking over the jump. You're not, right? But the jump was kind of peaky. I said, I just don't have the leg, the launch. As Gary, Gary Ellis and Brian Patterson had the long legs, dude, and they could just get over the jump.
Stuff,
yeah, and I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
He said, well, if you can't do it, you need to crank down the backside. I said, how in the heck can I crank down the backside? I'm going full speed. He said, tilt your front end down, like Eric. Eric goes over, Eric drops the front end, but at the same time, he's pedaling down the backside. And I say, the hell with it, And I think it was in the open main. Gary and I came out, and Gary had like a bike length on me. And I done exactly what he said. I came right next to him, but I was on the outside. I was sitting. And Gary wrote me up high, in the second turn. But I was like, I'll be damned. I came back, and he just put his hand on my shoulder. He said, I'm never gonna forget. He said, now you see how Eric ride. I was like, yeah. So then I started watching Eric. I know John is telling Eric what to do, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was another set of eyes, right? Like when
Yeah,
my
exactly.
dad would observe as well. So he would bring stuff back to me and be like, "Oh, I saw this, I saw that," and then we would go look at things. And a lot of times, the move we would always do is like, you know, we would plan stuff, but then I would try stuff often in practice, but I would try it at half speed so that it didn't look fast. And it actually, if people were watching me, then they would go, oh, there's nothing there. And so we would practice things at half speed a lot on purpose, because I was able to gauge like, okay, if I do this at half speed, at full speed, this is going to happen, and this could actually work or it couldn't work. And so that's how we would try to keep stuff secret. But yeah, man, it's observation. There's so much to learn from everybody, right? Like, and so, you know,
there were a couple of people that that you never counted out. EC, I think you're one of them. Right till the end. You don't.
Yeah.
And Mikey too is one that you would say you never know what could happen right till the end. I mean, make a good pass but it was amazing watching you guys.
Well, I think Mike and I had a similar mindset, and I think in our racing, there's a couple other guys that were good at it too. But like, I mean, I've never spoke with Mikey about it this way, but when I watched him race, I could see his thought process was the same as mine. And that was, if you blow a gate, right? Like, or you get a bad start and you're in sixth, and there's 3 corners. It's like, okay, I have 2 straightaways and, I have 3 turns and 3 straightaways. So if I can pass 2 people, if I can pass 2 people, one in a turn and then get another one down the straightaway, and then the next turn, it's the same thing. And so we would immediately, I know I did, and I'm sure Mike did this as well. I would immediately evaluate who was in front, who's in what spot, and where I had to be, and how many people I had to pass in what spots. And then my mind would go to, okay, second turn this, third turn that, fourth turn this, and last straightaway this. And that would happen.
Science.
Yeah. And that would happen in the span of like a second and a half. As you're watching, mostly that would happen when you were going into the first turn, and you would see how, everybody's even. And then when they file into the first turn, it's like everything, the merge happens. And when the merge happens, now you know where everybody is, and you have
who's who.
Yeah. And you develop that strategy accordingly. So, and that comes from observation, like, watching so many races, right? I was a fan. I was a true fan of BMX and true fan of the racing. So I didn't feel like I was above watching even the lowest classes.
Yeah, same here.
I loved watching it, man. I mean, I really, really loved watching every lap of all the people. So, but all of us were lucky to have my pops watching out for us.
He helped me a lot.
Giving us tips, man.
Yeah, he helped me a lot too.
Good
Absolutely.
stuff. Good stuff.
But the one thing your dad used to give me was this.
Yeah, that was the Hollywood.
Arms crossed and shaking his head.
You did not pedal hard enough, Hollywood. Yes.
Boy, you
could roll those 3 jumps, but no, Hollywood, you had to jump them.
Yeah, you had to cross it up, didn't you, Hollywood?
Yeah. Tommy's. I love Tommy's strategy. Gate drops, pedal faster than anyone else.
Yeah, that's it.
And
that's it.
Just smoke them. Just smoke them.
I used to get up there and it's like, okay, I used to pick out my trouble spots. I say, if I get ahead 2 or 3, 4 bike lanes ahead, I can relax in those corners.
Yep.
And that's my mindset all the time.
We talk about that. We talk about like South Park, Pennsylvania.
Oh yeah.
Tommy said to me one time, he goes, "Yeah, I go," because he was struggling a little bit on that second straight. We had that big jump.
Yeah.
And Tommy would just jumping. Yeah, he was going so fast. He pedaled all the way up to it, and he wouldn't even touch the backside. He just all the way flat. Yeah. And we talked about it. And I go, well, Tommy, I don't know if you know this. Yep. I don't know if you know this, But by the middle of the second straightaway, you have about a 4 or 5 bike length lead.
I have no idea.
all you gotta do is slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah, exactly.
A little bit.
You know, Steve Ring told me the same thing. Now,
Yeah,
I'm
so-
thinking about that. I was like, I can't slow down. That's not me. I
Just,
can't
you know,
slow down.
You know how
But
how
eventually
EC
I did.
takes his finger off? Put your finger on. Put the
Exactly.
finger on, man. Put the finger on.
Dude.
I see videos of him just hitting that second straightaway. It's just going, holy cow, hang on. Someone someone hold the earth back up because he's
Well, when
You know,
Tommy, when you win that world championship though, man, in Slough, I mean,
Yeah.
that was like a perfect course for you, man. And there were a couple of little tricky spots after the second turn, those big deep rollers
the
and
big
stuff.
deep rollers, yeah.
Right.
I
But
screwed up big time.
Yeah, but man, the first straightaway was so flat with just those two little rollers, and then that
Rollers.
long first turn, you just pedaled all the way around it.
Oh,
And it
yeah,
was like,
yeah.
dude, they couldn't have designed a course
I knew better.
better for you, man. And you were literally just whoa, just grabbing gears, dude, just latering guys. And then after the second turn, they'd start reeling you back in. But by
Yeah.
that time, the damage was done.
Yeah, exactly. That
he was
my
on the
mindset.
Autobahn already.
He was, dude.
On the
I was trying to
Autobahn.
get a big enough lead so I could just relax.
That's
you know.
right. You could see
the
it.
rest of
You
the
could, when you talk about your strategy, you could see that now when you go, you know, the video footage is rolling around out there on YouTube, and you can
Yeah.
see that, you know,
Yeah.
and you played it perfectly.
Yeah, well, it was
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
I have a
There's so many
question for you.
races. Yeah.
I have a
Oh,
question for you.
well,
You know,
No, you have a question for Eric.
no, for
not
you,
me.
EC. I know.
Oh, boy.
You know, EC talked about him and Mike King. They had a similar riding style. They were of the same age and the same, same time frame. That I would have guessed it's probably, if I had to say, it's probably EC's biggest rival.
Yeah, for sure. In BMX, we
Yeah, in
wrecked each
BMX.
other every chance we could. Yeah, literally, man, like bad, like just right straight into the other guy. You're not winning. I know I'm not gonna, so you're not winning. Boom.
Tommy, you were so fast for so long with like sort of different eras. And what gets me is you really never had a rival. Like you didn't have someone you were trying to take out, or they were it was because I think number one, just you're such a nice guy.
Just a nice guy.
Yeah, that's it, dude. That's
You're just a nice guy.
Well, it's people tell me I'm just me, right?
That's
And
just it.
people tells me that all the time, and I'm like having a hard time understanding what's the big deal about it. I mean, I'm doing what I like to do or enjoy doing. I have lots of friends, like you guys are family, and except when I get upset with people crashing me. But it's been just, I could think of 2 races that I really got pissed off at somebody. Really
ahead.
pissed off.
I'm sorry,
And-
Tommy. If I didn't apologize enough, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
It was
his
on purpose,
initials-
but I am sorry.
yeah, right. His initials is RA,
Yeah.
okay? And
You mean crazy RA?
yeah,
Yeah, it's crazy. RA.
Crazy
it
RA?
was in Oregon.
And it's not
um,
Richie.
No,
It's not
Richie was
Richie
cool,
Anderson.
and I had a rough time with Ronnie for a while, but it's all good right now. But he had put his, I think it was Clackamas, Oregon, or something like that, but Oregon or Washington. That Eric, you was there.
Yeah.
Mike, you was there too.
Yep, I remember.
Put the front wheel over the starting gate, saying, I'm going to beat you, whatever. So in the motos, I think I beat him in one of the motos or 2 of the motos, something like that. And I think the 3rd moto that I won and crossed the finish line, mind you, this is after the finish line.
Yep.
I'm looking at Greg and I think Gary Ellis, and Ronnie's come from my left side, locked up his brake and just kicked over and just knocked the front end off, from underneath of me.
Took your front wheel out after you
Took
sit
the
after
front-
the races.
After the races, after finish line, so I'm like, bam, hit the ground. Dude, I got up looking for Ronnie, right? I'm running, I see Ronnie, so I run after him. So someone grabbed me from behind and put me in a full Nelson to calm me down. Well, I heard Greg and Gary say, let him go, you MF, or something like that. So the guy let me go. I turned around, it was Richie. And Richard said, I'm sorry about that time, but I didn't want you to go beat up on my brother. You know? And so the races stopped. I mean, the races stopped. Clayton John running over here and Doc Schofield running over there. You know, he's trying to get in between myself and Ronnie and everything. And I was fuming, dude. I kind of like I keyed on him. I didn't care about anybody else. The Compton came out of it.
We knew it was in there. Somewhere we knew it was in there.
And I was so upset with that. I say that was unnecessary. It was absolutely unnecessary.
Yeah.
You know, and many years, decades later, you know, Ronnie brought it up, and he brought up two situations where we almost got into it in Oregon, then we got into it in Stockton, California, where I ran him into the bridge.
Yes.
And he showed me he had the video on the phone. He said, Tommy, take a look at this. You come out the gate, you see Ronnie. Right after the first jump, I pulled Ronnie. And he was on the outside of me. And I ran him high into the bridge. And so we collided. We just met right in the bridge, you know, and we both kind of like fell. And Gary Ellis wound up winning it. And so I remember telling Ronnie, I said, dude, you don't have to crash people at all. I said, you're a damn good talented racer. You don't have to crash people. I don't know why you want to get after me. You know, then many races later, he done the same thing in, I think, Pittsburgh, when he crashed Pete and I in the first corner. You know, and then we had him DQ from that race because he crashed us on purpose.
Well,
you know,
it's the only time I ever know of you actually really losing your temper.
Yeah.
Because
I can tell you right now, Eric.
Yeah.
Eric, to this day, I was talking to someone about you. I think we was at the Grands in 91 or something like that. It was at the Pro Spectacular and John Purse was leading.
Oh, you were mad that day.
Eric was in second, and I knew Eric was going to pass him. I said, okay, Eric, get him, Eric, come on. Going down the second straight, Eric set him up, went out wide. John Purse went into the second corner. Eric went right underneath of him, boom, passing. Didn't even touch John. Didn't even touch him.
I went by him like he was on jack stands.
Dude, seriously. I mean, Eric just blew right by him, dude. I mean, Eric was gone.
Oh,
in the last corner, John went, he didn't even try to make the turn. He went right into Eric. I mean, just absolutely T-boned Eric. Dude, I just lost the gasket, right? So I went in the pits. I mean, Mama Carter come out to me, Tommy, don't do anything. Screw that, man. I went right to John and I was in his face and all this crap. And I said, dude, next thing you do that, I'm going to hurt you. I'm going to hurt you bad.
Yeah, that was crazy, dude. That was crazy. I got the funny thing about that, man, is
Eric got suspended for that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I got kicked out for the weekend because because when we crashed after that, man, I started donkey kicking Purse in the head when he was on the ground. Just kicking him, man. Yeah. But he, you know, John said later, like John actually said, he never said to me, and I'm good with John now, man, but a lot of respect for what he accomplished as a racer, post me and him having that tussle. But he said one of his teammates, I think he's maybe told Pistol, because I think he was on Vans at that time doing something with those guys. But yeah, he said that he goes, yeah, man, I was just embarrassed. He goes, I heard the crowd cheer so loud when he passed me that I was just embarrassed. So I just had to get him back. And he jumped the cone in the last corner and like made up like three and a half bike lengths and just kaboom, blew me up.
Could not believe it. That's like, that was insane. And then Clayton John came in there and suspended him for the week. That's like, dude, that was crazy. Icing on a cake, dude. But that cake was just raw. I mean, I could not believe it.
Well, I was at the time I was racing for Tommy. So I was bracket. I was on Tommy's team, man. So I was gonna win the Pro Spectacular in the Brackens uniform on the Brackens bike. It was a big deal, man. Literally, man. After that race, I retired, dude. I quit racing.
That was it.
And me and Tommy went racing motorcycles.
Oh, okay.
We went and raced motorcycles for 2 years.
One more thing people don't know about Tommy.
That's right. That's what we did, though, Tommy. Literally, I didn't start racing. I quit racing for 2 years. The only race I would do every year was Coal Canyon for beer money. But me and Tommy went and raced Kawasaki's, dude.
All over the place.
That's
Holy
right.
cow. McGrath. It was Jeremy's motorcycles.
Yeah, we bought Jeremy's old. I bought his 125. Tommy bought his 250, and we went and raced motos.
That's
Yeah,
super
we did.
cool.
We did.
Jeez.
We
Yes,
did.
sir.
Holy cow, man.
One more thing people don't know about Tommy Brackens.
And
Oh,
he's
I know.
fast, dude.
Super
Dude, we were-
fast.
Tommy was fast as heck on that
Dude,
thing.
I have a picture of us, Eric. We was all on the starting. Eric Group came out. You know, I think Kilmy came out, something like that. We were
Mikey,
all on
I
the
think Mikey came out too.
Lee Metlin.
Yep, Lee
Everybody
used
was
to
on
race
the
with us.
starting gate. Everybody was on the
Yep.
starting gate. I think John took a picture of that. I still have that in my phone. Matter
That
of
was
fact.
fantastic, man.
Oh, we had
Brother,
so
you
much
got
fun
got
there.
over the jumping thing because there's some
Oh yeah, it was fun.
giant jumps,
were-
right? In a
Dude,
motorcycle.
We was racing amateur supercross.
Yeah, literally.
Seriously, yeah. It was fun.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
none
That
of you
was fun.
racing and none of you had BMX gear on, did you?
No,
Nah.
it was all moto stuff.
Yep. And
Yeah.
nobody paid retail.
No. We got all-
Nobody paid retail.
I got all Jeremy's old hand-me-down stuff, man. Jeez, dude.
Man,
So
just
good.
like I said, just one more thing you don't know about Tommy Lee Brackens.
I know,
No.
right?
Yeah.
No, we just had so
Oh.
much fun. It was we could sit down and just have like an encyclopedia column about
Yeah.
the things that we did.
Oh, well,
And how-
I got
how-
one about what I gotta tell you. I got one about one thing Tommy did. We all said
don't
we all
remember it.
agree.
I don't
We all
remember it.
agree that Tommy
I don't
is
remember
the
it. I
nicest
don't
guy.
remember it.
Absolutely nicest guy. And I remember
Don't
there were
remember.
4 or 5 of us in the car, and Tommy was driving.
Oh
And-
boy, that's
and-
we leaving orange.
Yep. And
We live in Orange, right?
and we're all in the car, and
Mike Miller. Oh, Mike Miller.
He's the one that actually reminded me of the story. I want to make sure we talk about this.
Yeah.
This guy just cut us off, absolutely cut right in front of us in the car. And Tommy was, oh, and I was like, yeah, Tommy, I can't believe you did that.
Oh, yeah. of
Go get him,
course.
Tommy.
You
Go
know
get
me.
him.
You know,
Go get
Tommy,
him,
you're not
Tommy.
gonna let him do that, are you? You're not
Yeah,
gonna
go
let him do
get
that
him,
to you, are you? Come on, Tommy, go get him. And he goes, that's it. I'm gonna get him. And Tom pulls up next to him. And I said, yeah, Tommy. I rolled down the window. Tell him, Tommy, get him, Tom. Tell him. And Tommy goes, I'm gonna flick him off. And I was like, yeah, Tommy, get him. And he rolls down the and I tell the guy, roll down the window. Yeah, he rolled down the window. I go tell him, Tommy. And Tommy says, you dumb butt.
So I was singing so bad. I want to call him, but I can't say it. But
Man,
I
yeah,
don't-
you
I
didn't
don't
say it.
cuss.
And all of us all just looked at each other like, oh, man. And then I just rolled the window back up, and we just laughed. And Tommy was fuming, but
That was
it. Losing
That's
it.
as mad as he
Lost it.
gets.
Yeah.
Dumb butt.
You
That,
dumb
that was
butt.
that was road rage.
Dumb
that was
butt.
wrote
Yeah.
back then. Yeah.
That's his,
Man.
that's how it's
Yeah, that was. Yeah,
No.
those crazy
But
days.
you broke the
Holy
law
cow.
driving that El Camino.
yes, he
Let's not
did.
talk about that.
Yeah.
No, I think
Yeah.
I took you in the back of the apartments and lit it up once or
That's
twice. something
street.
like that.
That's street racer Tommy, man.
Yeah.
That's what that
I
is.
mean,
Oh,
people
yeah.
don't know that the illegal street racing in Southern California was
Big.
big. And that Tommy Tommy and his El Camino, man, people didn't want any
Yeah.
part of that.
Did
Didn't
you
want any
race-
part of it.
Did you race that thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah.
There's
Street
another
race.
one. Look at that.
Illegal street
race.
race,
Yeah,
not
not
Illegal
street race.
race.
Yeah,
Don't make
not
it sound like
illegal.
it. No, I mean there's money and guns and what have you involved, and
yeah.
man, and like
Yeah,
Tommy,
it was
ruled.
it was sketchy. Some races were sketchy, down in LA.
Tommy, did
Yeah.
you ever go race on? They used to have races down on Terminal Island, right?
Terminal
Oh,
Island. Yeah, I raced
yeah.
there one time. Yeah.
Yeah,
race
my
there.
dad, because my dad worked down there. He told me that there was
Yeah.
always a big street race scene. Everybody
Yeah.
go out there on the island and get crazy.
Yep. Yep. I
it
was out there.
a-
I was out there.
Yep,
That's
in the
fine.
shadow of the prison.
That's right.
The prison out there, and the people race out there. Tommy,
Exactly.
was,
no,
Tommy,
no.
Yo,
Hey,
don't,
Mike,
don't,
you ever remember us going to? This is in Europe after the races in Holland, right? The Holland Challenge Cup
Yep,
or
yep.
championship, whatever.
in Slakharin.
Slagharan.
Yeah,
We were in the rental car. Who was driving the rental car, Magoo or you? When
I
you
don't.
bent the axles and you bent the axles in the car. Then we ran to the motorhome, and the security knocked on the motorhome. We are, hey, let's just act like we're sleeping.
Yeah.
Dude,
So EC knows. EC knows that's my move.
that is the
Yeah.
that is the motorhome. When you're in trouble in the motorhome, that's the move. When we were on Hutch,
That's
same
my
deal,
move.
dude. I
Is
got
that really?
dude. So this guy, yeah, talk about corrupting, right? So we're driving down the highway, and there's 9 of us, right? Like Mike is pretty much the oldest guy. There's 9, all the way
Mike
down.
is Mike is older from numbers, but we
Yeah.
have no idea.
So my now brother-in-law was 7, and he was on the tour with us, right? So we're flying down the freeway in this motorhome, and Mike's like pulling up next to people. He's like, flash them. You know? So I'm like, BA, honk. We're honking at him. It's all good. So he tells me, dude, you won't flash him with the front side. So we go ripping by this car, and it happens to be 2 girls, and I front side flash them. And they're like blown away. We're honking, woo, getting all crazy.
Call
right?
the cops. Call the cops.
So all of a sudden, this car just takes off. Whoom, and it
Super
passes
fast.
us, right? Gone. And so we're like driving down the highway, and then I don't know, probably like 10 miles later, 5 miles later, something like that. We're driving, and they're pulled over in the center divider next to a highway patrolman, and we're driving by, and they're like this, just pointing at the motorhome, man. So Mike goes, wham, steps on it, because we were close to the state line.
Oh, man.
So Mike's racing to the state line. Cops are coming after us. And he goes, everybody get in the back, close the curtains, and pretend you're asleep.
Somehow that made sense to me.
Oh, we didn't make it to the state line. We got pulled over. Mike was like, no. We wouldn't do any of that kind of stuff. No way.
We're a Christian band.
Talked our way out of it, man.
I remember on that same trip, you boys were throwing Funyuns out of the back of they'd cut a hole in the back screen window, and they were throwing Funyuns out, and I'd be driving, and the driver would come up next to me, and as they were passing me, they had all these orange rings or yellow rings stuck in the grill of their car. And the guy would be giving me a finger, and I was like, yeah, I know there's something going on in the back, but I don't want to get him.
Oh my gosh, man.
It'll all work out. It'll all work out.
Oh, get this, James, Eric. This is in Frankfurt. This is our first trip in Frankfurt, and we went out riding, and like everything closed early, right?
Yeah.
Everything closing early, so we out there riding around, and my guy noticed there was a crowd of people around some guy, right? And this guy was putting these big old pins through his lip, and you remember this, Mike?
Oh yeah.
And
it was a freak show.
Yeah, exactly what it was. This guy had all these pins sticking in his jaw, and in his tongue and stuff.
And
Wow.
nails and big pins.
His assistant was saying, everybody be quiet. Well, that was a cue for Mike not to be quiet. and so Mike went around riding around making all this crazy noise and stuff. And the guy was coming out of his trance, and he had all these pins and nails sticking out of his trance. And Mike thought that was the funniest thing, dude. I'm thinking to myself, this guy must be in pain with all these damn nails sticking to his tongue. And Mike's like,
I would go ripping through and just skid.
He was acting,
wheelies around him.
Mike was doing the opposite of what people was asking him not to do. I mean, it was just crazy.
Well,
absolutely nuts.
Well, Mike, right? Like, so Mike post bicycle racing went on to be pretty dang good golfer, pretty high level golfer. And but Mike is the first guy driving past the golf course to honk on someone's backswing. And if you're driving and you're not going to do it, he reaches over and hits the horn.
It makes it look like you did it.
Every time, man. Every single time.
Still.
Yes.
I'm that guy.
You are that guy.
Oh my God, man. We just had so much fun, dude. I mean, it's just crazy.
Tommy, you made my life so much better. You made my life so much better.
We learned from each other, and I learned so much from you. I mean, in life in general,
Yeah.
Same with Eric.
I learned not to lose my temper. It doesn't do any good.
Yeah.
I learned.
Oh, gee, right. You hear this, James?
How to clean your room.
Yeah.
Clean his room.
Oh my God, dude.
Learned about science. Mac and cheese.
Speaking of science, back then, I still had the Jerry curl. right? You know where I'm going with this, Mike.
Yes,
so
I do.
I went in Mike's bathroom, right? And I'm freaking combing up my hair and everything, little curls, springs. Mike called them springs all over
Man,
the
you
place,
sleep
right?
your springs.
I just left my springs in his bathroom, right? So this is where I told myself after this happened, I said, I'm never going to play a practical joke on Mike because he always going to get you back.
Yes.
And I think you know that, Eric.
Oh yeah.
So,
yes.
and so, but get this, James. He went in my bathroom and took a dump. It didn't even flush the toilet. He just left it. That's a surprise for me when I get back. You know, like, what the hell? You know,
I went in my bathroom and there's the springs all over the counter. I was like, he's got a bathroom. If he's going to use mine, I'm going to use his.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thanks
He
for the
went in there.
springs.
He just left him there, dude. Just left him. I'm like, oh my.
I knew he did it on
God.
purpose. I
Yep.
knew he did it on
Jeez.
purpose.
So good. Hey, I know another illegal thing he used to do. You used to catch like
Oh,
falcons or hawks or some shit,
yeah.
right?
What?
Yeah, I was a falconer. I was getting my license to be a falconer. Then racing got involved in it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, yeah. I remember I caught a red tail and used to catch a little sparrow hawks and crap. Back in '86, I had a red tail. I had a red tail hawk.
How do you
James,
catch it?
James, red-tailed hawks are.
I told you
their
he was
wings-
fast.
Their wingspans are like 5 feet, 6 feet.
Yes.
Oh my
something like that.
God.
Yeah, it was
They're
fun,
these-
dude. It was-
They're
They're
big
big.
birds out in SoCal.
yeah.
How do you
These,
catch such a thing?
Well, I made a trap for it.
4416.
I made a trap. I made a trap.
I just made a trap for it.
44,
and,
16.
Dude, I know about this trap, Tommy. You've told me about it. Tell them
Yeah.
what you did.
Well, what it's a couple of traps that I had, but the easiest one is make a little screen cage. You know, it could be a circle or a dome like cage, and on top of it there's nooses on top like fishing wine. And when the hawk comes down to try to get the rat or small birds or whatever inside, they jumping all around, but at the same time they putting their talons in the leg in the nooses.
Mm.
So when it gets tired and know that it can't get to the rabbit or bird is inside the trap, they try to fly off. So once they fly off, it just tightens up like a noose. I mean, it just locks onto their legs or talons. They can't go anywhere. But you got to make sure you got a 5-pound weight underneath that cage because that red tail is going to take off with it.
Mm.
Yeah.
So tell me, how much weight did you use to trap Trish? Your wife?
I'm about 190 pounds, I guess.
Yeah, man. Tommy Lee has got a beautiful wife. Beautiful wife. No surprise. Beautiful wife. But
Oh, you guys
I
have
said,
beautiful
man,
wives.
how did you do that? What kind of trap did you set for that girl?
Yeah,
You know,
Tommy. It was just sugar, dude. It's sugar,
Yes,
man.
it's sugar.
Tommy's sweet as sugar, dude.
There you
No,
go.
no.
Dude, Tommy
No,
sweats
no.
syrup.
Oh, it does, man.
Tommy
Gee,
sweats
man.
syrup, man.
No.
I
no,
remember
no.
there's another pro racer. This pro racer had a girlfriend, and she was
See?
beautiful.
Now
Beautiful girl.
this would have see. I can't have any lady friends, but Mike he's gonna spin the story. So let's hear Mike spin the story here.
So this
Yes.
this pro used to come over and ride with us sometimes, and he sometimes would bring this beautiful girlfriend, and she would just hang around while we were out riding. And one time we were all going to go anyway. She was sweet on Tommy. Sweet on Tommy. And I wonder why she was coming over, and I'd say, well, where's what's his name? Oh, he is not here. I was like, oh. Well, that happened a couple times. And then one time they came over again, and they were there together as a couple. And this, Lord is my witness, is a true story.
But watch out, 'cause you're about to get struck by lightning.
He said all he had was shorts, and we were all going to go out afterwards. And he goes, I don't have any pants. And I said, well, what size? He's a little taller than me. And so I go, yeah. And I went in Tommy's room, and I got Tommy a pair of Tommy's jeans. And I gave them to him to put on, and he put them on. And he goes, wow, these are kind of baggy in the front. And I said, well, now you know. Now we know. Now we all know why that girlfriend's coming around. True
No.
story. That is a true story.
Oh, I know what it was. We was getting fitted for Max pants, and our pants was all custom made because BMXers have bigger thighs anyway, because sprinters and stuff. And I remember Guru was trying to get my size, right? And Mike know where I'm going with this. And so he came up and started measuring my thighs, and he's like, "What is this?" I said, "Dude, that's me." What the hell you think it is? That's just me. Oh crap! I touched you. I'm like, yeah, you did.
Magoo took the tape measure around the upper thigh and he goes, okay, 34. And then he go the other, and he takes mine, he goes 34, and then does the other one, 34. And then he goes to Tommy, he goes, 38, 44. Why is that one thigh so much bigger?
I'm like, I could not believe he done that. We just had so much fun.
We had a lot of visitors. A lot of people came to stay with us.
Oh, geez.
Remember
I
Baxter?
remember. What's her name?
No.
Don't go there.
No, don't do it.
No.
But anyway,
Don't do
it wasn't that. I remember someone brought a
Don't tell that.
Oh,
Well, you
look
can't
at
use it
Hollywood.
Yeah.
It was raining, and
It was around Christmas time.
someone brought a present for Mike. And Mike in his clothes. Mike had GQ magazines. James, you was there.
Yeah.
Mike had these GQ magazines and expensive clothes and all this stuff. He was into that. And Mike wouldn't wear anything if Mike had a sweater, it got to be $300 or $400 higher.
Stop.
Right? And this person brought this present over for Mike, and it was a sweater. Mike put it up like that.
Oh, Bill
I'm not wearing
Cosby. Bill Cosby, big, just.
No, Mike Mike went out to our balcony and just tossed it over the balcony. Right,
So
but everything was
hold
good.
on. She left.
Oh my God, I couldn't
and
believe
as she
that.
walked out, I was like, no, can I spend the night? I was like, no, you got to go.
Yeah.
You got to go. So she left, and then I
Oh my God.
picked up the box. I picked up the box with the Cosby sweater, and I threw it over the balcony. Don't forget this. And I threw it down outside. And it had been raining. It was terrible.
Oh,
And the next day, go ahead and say.
No, I got nothing. No.
Okay. Very next day, Magoo shows up. Man, someone threw a sweater. I found a sweater here.
No. That's great.
This is a sweater that Mike.
He shows up wearing this god awful sweater, man.
that is awesome.
Oh
I can't
my!
believe how lucky I am.
So good.
I'm in tears right now. I didn't have the heart to tell him. I did not have the heart to tell him. Oh my God, that was just so hilarious. Jeez.
That's amazing.
The things that
Truly,
we did,
like I
and
said,
didn't get it.
truly
We
opposite
lucky we
of
didn't
me.
get
He is the
arrested.
nicest guy in the world, and I am not. Evil. I try to do good deeds, just try to make up for all the evil, man.
Well, I tell you something that I regret this. Mike asked me to be his best man at his wedding. Okay.
One of them.
Well, the first one. The first one.
Terminator
And
X.
Terminator X.
And his wedding was held in, I'm gonna say Corona,
Yeah.
off of it's a 6th Street or Main Street. It was a
It
church.
doesn't matter. I'm gonna edit this
Okay.
out.
Okay, anyway.
I was there.
I know, JB,
Oh, yeah,
you were there.
Yeah.
And
All of you,
get this,
everyone on this podcast was there.
Yep.
I wasn't there on time.
Yeah,
I
let me
mean,
rephrase that. Everyone on this podcast was there on time, except one person, the best man.
Yeah, the best man, right? So I'm kind of freaked out because we're late. So I jammed into church. Instead of walking in the back, I just walked right down the aisle. Just screw it. I just walked right down the aisle, right in the back.
Hold the gate
guys-
starter.
Yeah,
That's right.
Where were you? We're late. We're supposed to be starting already. Blah blah blah. Okay, I'm here right now. I got the ring. Yada 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 yada. And I felt so bad. I said, I can't believe we're even late. It was maddening.
Well, if
Church was full.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
Is that it? You done with that? Because
Yeah,
I'm
I'm done with that.
that.
I know you
Right
never
now.
done.
I have a confession to make, and I felt bad about this for years and years and years. I've been carrying this guilt on my shoulder for decades.
Oh boy.
You have no idea, Tom. You'll catch on quick enough. Well,
Oh,
Tommy and
boy.
I were teammates forever. You know, it wasn't that long in time, but we were teammates from the heart from the day one. We just fell
clicked.
in like it. Just clicked. We
Just
just fell in
clicked.
like it. And then when things changed, and I was basically asked to leave the team. And
You were for Hutch.
no, I went from Torker to Hutch. The next race we were racing in Memphis.
Oh my God.
And it's a pro semi. Tommy is just crushing everybody. And I would get, for some reason I was getting good gates, but I couldn't take the first jump. I was just something, wasn't doing something right in the first turn, first straightaway. And we're coming around. So in the semi, gate drops, I get a good start. I come around, two guys go by me on the inside, and I know Tommy's on the outside. I know Tommy's on the outside. I also know Tommy's going to go around me. Going to the first turn now, the Memphis racetrack is indoor, and they have the green like corral fencing all the way around. Then they pile the dirt in, and then sometimes they'll put plywood against them to hold the dirt in.
Oh yeah.
I know
Oh, my
Tommy's
God,
coming
yeah.
around the outside. I know it. So I might as well just take a high line like I don't know anyone else is out there. And I went super high, and all of a sudden I hear, Mike. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh,
Margie Hatfield to this day.
I don't think she
that.
talked to me for a month.
She was so mad at you. She
Yep.
was so mad at you.
Man, I have felt guilty about that ever since. Since.
Now that's Mike's story. Okay, now, I'm gonna tell you what really happened. Right? I don't know if it's a semi or main. I couldn't tell what it was, but I see Mike. I'm on the left side of it. It's a right-hand turn, and I said, "Mike, left." And
Went left.
Mike went left.
yes.
Mike went left and put me right in the plywood. Right? I'm picking my bike up and going to the line, and Mike said, "Oh, I didn't know you was there." And I said, "That's what I said. Mike left." You know, well, I thought you meant to go left. I went left. You know, and that was the end thing. It was no biggie.
Except for he said, "Oh, you dumb butt."
No, but I wasn't even mad at Mike. You know, I just wasn't mad at him.
I messed up. I shouldn't have done that, and I felt guilty about it ever since.
No, don't feel.
I'll tell you, I do. That's the truth.
I remember Mike won his first pro race, Magic Mountain. Right, it was a big pro race. Remember the main event? Before the main event, now this guy's watering down the second turn, flat second turn. I don't know, yeah, Eric, I'm pretty sure you was at that race.
I didn't go to Magic Mountain. My dad, yeah, my parents wouldn't take me because it was like because it wasn't a sanctioned thing.
Correct.
No, it was, yeah.
It was a one-off thing.
It was an IBMXF race.
Yeah.
It was an international race, and it was called the United States Grand Prix, and Mongoose sponsored it, and Skip Hess put up a big pro purse.
Yep.
And I turned pro for the race.
You turned
double A
pro
for the race.
Whatever.
Yeah,
you know what the big guys are.
It's my first big pro race.
And so here we are.
And the first turn was a takeout. I mean, it was crazy.
It was an L. It was an L. But a big burn. It was a big burn. And I remember, you know, coming out of the first turn, I heard a big crash, right? But before then, we were on the starting gate, everyone getting their positions. I seen this guy watering the second turn, and we like yelling, "Stop watering the track," right? Stop watering the track. So the guy turned off the hose. Okay, set him up. Didn't let the track dry out or anything. Set him up, right?
Okay, wait, let me jump in.
All right,
so Tommy has like lane one is on the inside of this L turn. So if you don't have the whole shot from the inside,
You're toast.
yeah. So Tommy has like lane 4 and I have lane 5, and I think to myself, oh yeah, all I'm going to do is follow him.
That's
I'm
right.
just going to follow I'm just going to follow Tommy, and they'll all hit. He's going to be leading and they're all going to pile right into him. And I'm just going to stay outside and I'm just going to take my chances.
And
the gate drops.
gate drop,
Tommy-
boom, I was out.
Gone. Tommy's
And
gone.
I heard
And
all
it was
this
all I
commotion.
could do was just to stay just to the left of his back wheel and let everyone, and then, yep.
Yeah, all hell broke loose on the inside. And I heard this crack, spokes, right? So I'm coming to the second corner and the front end started to wash out. So I caught myself as I'm trying to get going. Here, Mike passed me on the outside and I got behind Mike. I
Wait.
think Greg was in third, wasn't he,
No,
Mike?
Hold on. I don't know. I know this part. When we were coming to the turn, that same jackass was standing there with a hose. As soon as the gate dropped, he started watering the turn again.
It was insane, man, because the front end, it was like ice,
No,
and-
Ruminer, Jeff Ruminer was in third.
Okay, I don't know who it was, but I thought Greg was in, because Greg, I caught Mike, but I knew second place paid pretty good too. I didn't want to take a chance of, the turns was kind of damp. I didn't want to take a chance of diving in and taking us both out. So I stuck right behind Mike, finished second behind Mike. Man, Greg was a little bit upset with that because he said, you caught him, you could have passed him, why you didn't pass him? I didn't want to go down. And Greg you should have passed him, because at the time, Greg and Mike wasn't on good terms, but I didn't care. I got my money.
That's right.
Yeah.
But that was the first race for Mike in the pro class, a big pro class, what they call them. I don't know what they call them back then.
Yeah, single A and double. No, there was A and B pro.
A and B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
NBL was B pro, and ABA had the A and double A.
I shouldn't have won. Yeah, I only won because 2 reasons. I only won because the guy with the hose.
That was crazy. Like,
Man,
what are you doing?
I just tiptoed around Tommy and then then pedaled like I was scared.
Yeah.
And I was scared. I knew
That's
Tommy
right.
I knew Tommy was going to go by me. I was
No, I
just
didn't.
I was just going as fast as I could. I wasn't worried about Ruminer because anyone that jumps with their cranks up and down, you guys, we all of us jump with our cranks flat, horizontal.
Yeah.
Jeff
That's
Ruminer
like this.
jumps with his cranks up and down. So I've never seen anything like that. But I said, okay, I'm not. He's all right. I just got to keep Tommy up. And I just knew any second he was going to go blowing past me.
No.
But
Dude.
thanks to the guy with a hose, watering those turns down like they were growing, like he was growing potatoes. Man.
Yeah, I know, James, you might have been at this race. I know Eric was at this race. It's Knoxville. Was it Knoxville or Nashville?
Yeah.
It's in Nashville, Murray World Cup
Oh yeah.
in the pro main. Mike was doing good. And we come to the third main. And I think it was between him and Pete
Yeah, it
or
was Pete.
someone.
It was pistol.
And I said, well, if I can get a decent enough start, I can see if I could hold these guys off. But there's no way I could take first place and still wouldn't, still wouldn't have won it.
I think
Yeah.
you crashed. You did something in the
I
first
crashed.
one. Yeah,
Yeah, I
crashed in the
crashed
first
in the
one.
first one and just screwed up my whole points. But anyway, and I seen Mike went around as I'm crashing or something like that. And that's where Mike got a good shot at this. And so I'm tallying up the points. And like, if Mike get third or better, he won the whole deal. And I think you got third. Third or second, something like that.
I got third, second, and one without winning a main.
And I crossed the line and I went up there and grabbed Mike. Mike had no idea he even won. I went up and gave him a big bear hug, hugged him and everything. And to this day, I still have this picture. It's a poster in the back room of Mike and I hugging.
Yeah.
And then that's when I told him, I said, you won, dude, you won.
Yeah.
And he could not
My
believe it.
biggest race. Yep. My
Is
biggest
that the
race.
year you won Nora Cup?
won
No, he
next year.
won. Yeah, you won it. That was 80. What the year was it? 85?
86?
86?
Would
But
you
no, I
won
won-
87?
I won 87 and you won
Yeah.
86. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, 'cause you won the 2 big races in that year.
Yep.
I know what the Murray World Cup, and it was some other race you won.
I don't
the
know,
biggest-
but I don't know, but you stole that guy's girlfriend.
I didn't steal nobody's girlfriend. It's like I can't even have lady friends. Like, like, oh my God, jeez.
Okay, you stole that guy's lady friend. You feel better about
No,
that?
I didn't. No. Like, you're just a friend, you bonehead. Jeez.
Oh, Tommy
Yeah.
Lee.
I don't know, man.
Oh.
Between, Eric and you guys, it was just a blast. I mean, I got memories that last me a lifetime.
Well, listen,
I treat both of you guys like family.
Well, I'll tell you what. I
James,
am
you weren't
blessed.
around back. You was around, but you weren't with us at the
Right.
time.
Yeah, I'm on the other side. I was on the other coast.
Yeah, exactly.
The one thing that you three have in common is that you are truly family to me. You are
Right.
truly family to me.
Yeah, man.
It's the one thing this podcast will have that no one else does. It's the four of us. I mean, I love all.
Why you keep
three
saying the
you
four of
just
us?
like well, I mean too. I love me. I loved me about 40 minutes ago. Mike. Dang, I gotta cut that out too. Dang.
So good.
Oh, so good.
Slow it down, Mike. Slow it down.
Oh, speed it up, Tommy. Speed it up.
Yeah,
Go left.
So,
Go left, Mike.
Yeah,
left,
go left.
Mike. Left.
yeah, that was crazy. It was good. It was good. It was a lot of fun. And I tell kids today, man, I said, you guys had no idea what it was like back then. No idea.
Yeah.
I do think it's probably different now. I mean, they're all so very serious. They are all on a different program than we were, but the brotherhood that we have through the stuff that we shared and the families that we have, Tommy, I mean, you moved to Georgia.
Yeah.
You got family out there. The Hatfields.
Hatfields.
Yeah.
Well,
Joe, Margie, Shan.
yeah. Love those folks. And the Theodores, they're family.
Yeah.
Family.
Yeah. I
well,
can name them all.
Yep.
Nancy, Mike, Jason, and little Brad.
Yeah, Brad was hilarious. God.
Oh yeah.
What was that? What Scrapple?
Oh, Scrapple.
Scrapple.
He made Scrapple one time for us at the races, and I just like smelling it. I was like, Tommy ate it.
That's a notch lower than a hot dog.
Yeah, I love hot dogs, man. But it was like a hot dog if you ran over it a few times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was terrible. But man, yeah, we ate it.
Oh my God.
We would eat anything on Torker. We ate anything we could get our hands on.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, I'm surprised you didn't bring this up, but I was in Michigan, and I come back out of, I don't know how many months I was out there, but I came back home and I was telling Mike, like, dude, I never had this stuff before, but it's really good. So what's that? Steakums.
Oh.
Steakums. I was like, what is it? What is it, Tommy? It's a steakums. Oh, I'm gonna make them for you.
Yeah, like, man, that stuff was pretty good because coming from South Central, we didn't have that stuff from South Central. What are you talking about?
You cook that, it cooks like in 30 seconds because it's so thin.
So thin. Exactly.
It's taking Scrapple and smashing it flat.
That's right.
And smashing it flat into a super thin
Smash Scrapple.
Yeah,
smash Scrapple. Yeah,
that's all it is. And Tommy,
Yeah,
Tommy loves them. I was like, oh no,
that's
man.
pretty good. That was pretty good.
No.
Sandwich,
No.
Scrapple, scrambled eggs.
No.
Smash Scrapple sandwiches, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like taking a hot dog and running it over with a steamroller.
Oh,
That's Scrapple. That's
Yeah. Fry it up.
Yeah, fried up, exactly.
No.
Yeah.
Fried up like
amazing.
5 seconds on each side is done. Another thing was so
Unbelievable.
paper thin, you can look through them. Jeez.
Do you remember the time, Tommy, we were on Torker? Sometimes things at Torker weren't always prepared or ready or organized as much as you would think. And
Well, I
one
remember
time
you had a big argument with Magoo in Germany about wearing some gloves.
Yeah. Yep. He gave us some prototype gloves.
That got nasty.
Yeah.
That was the Max prototype gloves.
Max prototype gloves. I think they were red or they were.
Yours was red, mine was
Yeah.
black.
Yep. Yeah,
Mike-
exactly. He gave me the
Ooh.
red ones and Tommy the black ones. And we go to and we're racing in Germany and it's raining And after the first moto, I went and I took my gloves off, and my hands were red,
Red. Yep.
red from the dye prototypes. And I
Yep.
said, I'm not wearing these gloves anymore. And Magoo, the team manager, was, you have to wear them, your contract. I go, I'm not wearing these red gloves. And he goes, well, Tommy wears the black ones. I go, yeah, but you can't tell. Dude, I'm gonna have to go to the airport with these pink mittens on. Got a big fight over that. That was crazy.
Oh my God.
We
It was big.
We went to a race somewhere back east, and remember we didn't have a hotel room. There was no hotel room, and Tommy, you and I slept on the Theodore's lawn chairs,
the motorhome. Yeah, the lawn chairs.
outside the motorhome, and the lawn chairs.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
And it was hot and humid, and it was
That's
hot
right,
and
we
humid
did.
all night. And we had sleeping bags. They had sleeping bags with us. And I remember Tommy had you know how he sleeps. It's like, he had a sleeping bag all tucked in, perfect. And he slept perfect. Man, I could not sleep at all because it was a mosquito. First of all, it's too hot. I had to have that thing open. I was on top, and there were mosquitoes everywhere. And the next day, I looked like I had been wiping my face with those red gloves.
Mosquitoes ate him alive.
Oh yeah, terrible. But for some reason, they don't bite Tommy.
They bite me now.
Yeah.
They bite me now. Holy cow.
Because he's sweet.
Oh
That's
yeah, right.
Yeah, they only like the
Right.
sour stuff. They came to me.
Yeah.
No.
That's a true
No,
story.
no.
That's a true story.
No. Yeah, but we did sleep outside though. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, I want to say it one more time that I do love all of you like brothers. It's something else, but there's one thing Tommy has on you other two. I always tell people I have brothers, but I only have one twin brother. Yeah. And when he calls my phone, it says Tommy Lee, twin brother.
Twin brother.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tell
Yeah.
everyone that's my twin brother.
Or the laugh, hey Mike, hey.
Yes.
We both, all of us know that laugh.
That's right.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
Oh, I remember I talked to your brother Charles on his birthday. I texted him on his birthday. Yeah, I texted him on his birthday. I said, "Happy birthday from your other brother," but I'm the twin.
So good.
Yeah, so good.
Well, we just had a ball, man.
Oh,
I love all you guys, man.
Same here, man.
Man, I just gotta say it again. It's been a great life, and you three, not four, you three have made it a better life for me. And Tommy Lee, you've been such a great inspiration to myself and everybody else. And the key thing to me is what I learned from you is, being nice pays off. Being nice pays off in the end.
Yeah, man.
Better life.
Mhm.
It's a better
And
life
just be
being nice.
yourself, man. You don't need to be someone that you're not really, just be yourself.
Well-
all you guys been being yourself. I mean, I hung around with you and Eric, and
Yeah.
I spent a little bit of time with James when he come over, but just be yourself.
Yeah, but yourself is nice.
That's what I was gonna say. Mike
easy.
had to learn. Mike had to
I
learn.
learned that. That didn't come natural, man.
Mike had to be his other self.
I had to be a new self.
Yeah, he was his other self for quite a while. I mean,
But that's what
I
I
just-
did. That's what I did learn
just-
from Tommy Lee was be nice.
I just couldn't
man.
believe that we just finally hooked up. I mean, people don't realize that we hooked up because you wanted to move out. I didn't know it at that time. I wanted to move out. You didn't know I wanted to move out until we signed a contract with Torker and say, well, I'm moving out of my parents' house. Oh, so am I.
Yeah.
And Magoo's right there. Say, hey, well, there's a empty apartment right above us.
Amazing.
Can you guys go get
Yep.
it? So we went over there and we got it.
That literally happened in Torker's office
Yep.
the day we signed our contracts.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was
And
it.
And we were, and we weren't supposed to be there at the exact same time, but Tommy was on time. I was supposed to be first, but I was late. And Tommy was early.
Yep.
Yeah.
Polar opposites.
Yeah, well, I'm coming from LA,
Yeah.
You coming from
driving
Riverside.
probably driving a million miles an hour in a hot rod. And I drove slow because I'm slow.
They had that, what's that? Berlinetta, Camaro, some of
Did I have a Volkswagen? I don't know what I was driving then.
It was that gray Camaro you had.
The gray Camaro, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove slow, man. I was just not a speed demon like Tommy, but
Well, I recall,
until we get in rental cars.
Yeah. That's a different story. I
But
recall.
that's another chapter. Hey, boys, that's another chapter.
That's right.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee, love you. So
Love
glad
you too,
we
Mike.
did this. Yep. I hope you'll come on again sometime.
Dude, of
Got
course.
to.
And maybe we can do the next
okay.
one. We could all be naked.
No.
And you guys can
that's
see
not
why Tommy's legs,
That's
one's a
not
38,
happening.
one's a 44.
That's not, I mean, it was
We didn't talk about it, but you damn near broke your leg off, Tommy Lee, on a motorcycle.
Yeah. It was back in 2005. I was practicing over a friend's house. He has 10 acres, and I just turned expert. I won the national championship in my age group at the time, and had brand new boots on, and it was jumping. Seemed like 30-foot doubles coming out of the left-hand corner. I mean, 450, 30-foot doubles is nothing, right?
Did you hear that, James?
I can't believe it.
30-foot
I
doubles.
can't believe it.
Yeah, man.
And
The same Tommy Lee Brackens.
I can't believe it.
and I was coming out of the corner, and when I went to give it gas, I went to upshift and I hit neutral. At the same time, I hit the jump.
Yeah,
And
man.
the
That's
front end just dropped, and I was in midair, just trying to catch my balance, and I wound up slapping the ground. So
And-
it was
you
was
can't-
bad.
You can't break dance anymore, right?
That's out.
That's the end. Yeah, just the end of the break
that's
dance.
the real. That
No
was the
cardboard.
Yeah, that was a
No,
career
no.
that ended.
Yeah, that's
Far
That
too
dance,
soon.
that dance career.
Yeah.
the dance
Far too
career.
soon.
Yeah, that's a career that
Has
ended.
has Trish ever seen you attempt to dance?
See, Mike, why you bring up this? She knows I can't dance. I don't.
Tell
I
her the
can't
next
dance.
time you guys go to a wedding to invite me, and I'll dance with her while you can just tell people your knee hurts or something.
I tell her. That was Mike talking about.
Mike, you can just tell her later tonight when you call her.
Oh yeah,
Eric was saying that Mike's gonna explain to you later on when he calls you. She said, "Okay, Mike."
oh man,
She said, "Okay, Mike."
how can we be
Yeah,
this?
yeah.
How can we be this
You got-
lucky?
Oh
No.
my God, it was great times, man. It was
Yeah.
great times.
Oh,
Mike,
and that's
I
how
love
we
you, buddy.
that's how we end it, man. Love you
I
guys.
love you. Love you guys. Love you too, James. Love you, Eric.
Yeah,
You guys are
buddy.
awesome.
Love you, Tom. Hey, good to see you, Tommy.
My
Oh,
brother.
Nice seeing you too, brother. Nice seeing you. And Mike, well, Mike, you're one of a kind, buddy. You're one of a kind. You know, thank you for the memories. Thank you for life lesson. All you guys gave me life lessons, man.
Hey,
You know,
Make sure-
great.
make sure you give. Is Trish breaking dishes over there?
Yeah, she's over there doing something. Hey,
Tell her
Hey,
I'll
Trish.
call her later tonight, like I do.
Mike said he'll call you later, like he always does. She's,
Oh yeah.
let it ring once.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot the code.
yeah. I forgot the code. You, Mike. Jeez. Oh my God. Jeez.
Oh,
Well, I love you guys, man. It was
Yeah.
awesome, man. Bring back some memories. Holy cow.
Yeah, man. Good times.
So fun.
all right, another one done in the books. Thanks to my special guest and twin brother, Tommy Lee Brackens, and of course, our co-hosts, JV and EC. Want to thank you guys for listening, taking the time to do so. Please, again, if you would just subscribe and comment, we would greatly appreciate it. We also want to take a time to thank our sponsors. We're going to read some commercials out to you, and please show them some love.
Kinda, designed for your journey. On the road, on the trail, or on the racetrack, you can count on Kinda quality. Our tires are engineered for performance and value across a wide range of interest and applications. See why Kinda is the right choice. It's your move.
Imagine how bikes can lead to a healthier, more connected world. Bikes set us apart free to explore and move and experience our relationships with people and places like nothing else can. At Saris, we don't just imagine a more bikeable world, we're all in, making it happen.
SR Sun Tour shares your passion of cycling. We are committed to giving you the highest level of service in the industry, along with products that hopefully will exceed your expectations. Serving riders is the cornerstone of our business, and we pride ourselves in doing it.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Velocity Bike Park is the premier bike park for riders in Southern California, with 25 miles of world-class trails, obstacles, flow track, and races for mountain biking, gravel, and BMX.
ODI Grips, the world leader in grip technology, home of the lock-on grip system. Check them out over at www.odigrips.com. Mega Design Group is a full-service marketing firm. They handle everything from logos to advertising to packaging. Having over 25 years experience in the print and marketing fields, they can handle any hurdle. Check it out at megadesigngroup.com. Cool Stop Brake Pads. High performance bicycle brake pads since 1977. Check them out at coolstop.com. That's KOOLSTOP.com. Supercross BMX. What can we say? Our lives revolve around BMX. Founded in 1989 to build the ultimate BMX race frame, they've never strayed from that vision. Hey, for more details, check it out at supercrossbmx.com. Amy Grips is dedicated to using all of its manufacturing strengths, including engineering, research, and development, to successfully prepare for future growth while demanding that the quality of its products provide consumers with complete satisfaction. Making grips since 1974. Check them out at amegrips.com.
If you have a Senna cycling helmet, you know what it's like to ride connected. Senna got their start in communications for the motorcycling industry, where they're now a leader. Senna brought their same tech that goes into those helmet-to-helmet motorcycle communication systems into cycling helmets. Senna bike helmets have an integrated microphone and 2 speakers hidden right into the shell. Senna helmets connect together on a mesh or Bluetooth network so you can talk to your friends while you ride without shouting over wind noise, even if you're not side by side. That is super cool, especially in the trails. Senna helmets also pair with smartphones, so you can listen to your playlist without blocking out ambient noise, and you can take phone calls and even hear turn-by-turn GPS directions.
Check out the podcasts that we listen to. These are our friends. We wouldn't be here without their help, so give them a check out. And finally, keep it dirty.